March! It's time for TOBA March Madness. Here to bring us all the details, Tommy T-Bone and Johnnie Jaccard. Who do you think's going to be the number one overall pick, Tommy?
No, I'm not going to get caught up in your gotcha game. Okay? I'm not going to do it. I have not declared. I have formed an exploratory committee and tested the waters, if you will say, but I'm not making a declaration for running for president as of yet.
Hey, Tommy, I didn't even ask for that. Get you out in the game.
Misunderstood. Draft, yes. Well, I've been thinking a lot about this. Obviously, I live and breathe this stuff. I am the foremost expert on March Madness, everything having to do with March Madness. And there can only be one true number one pick this year, and that is Mike Money McLaughlin. The man absolutely reeks of greatness in this tournament. There's a reason they call him Money. I think he's been in 7 out of 9 championship games. He's won an MVP and multiple titles. He is absolutely, without question, the number one pick on the board. And the Encore Cougars, having the number one pick, Bob Wald, used to be the general manager at Bronger, really knows how to work with Mike. And he's going to be the number one pick going to the Cougars, for sure. End of story.
Let's hear from somebody that really knows what they're talking about. Johnnie Jaccard.
You know, what I want to know is why TOBA decided to bring in a draft expert.
It's about time they brought in a pro.
Right. I got your expert right here.
11 years too late, in my opinion.
This is
I've
what
been
I
around.
do.
And
I am
been around town, waiting, hanging out with my dogs at the ranch.
I think it's 74.4 now.
Would love an opportunity. Glad they finally gave me one. Got it smarted up.
And I just can't understand why TOBA would bring somebody else in.
If I had the first pick, I'd take the Tiger, Terry David. Up there in Bass, he's got great customers up there. He does a really nice job, having a great year. Needs to grow the garden variety sales just a little bit. You got to take advantage of that factor. Now, Terry was a hat when he sells, but it doesn't seem to slow him down. The 2007 DSR of the Year has a great chance to go number one overall, and he is number one on top of my big board.
Earning the second spot, in my opinion.
Now, number 2 on my big board is Special K Bob Comas. Nothing to do with the cereal, just has to do with the first letter of his last name. Now, Bob's up at Bronger, sold $5 million last year. Bob had a great year. He's going to have a better year this year. Sells a ton of steaks up in Sioux City. Needs to do a little more garden variety sales to take advantage of that factor. Bronger's only 1-to-1, so we got to take advantage of that. Bob Comas will be the number 2 pick based on who has the pick.
The 6 stars out of the 3rd spot. And it's
Tom, listen to me, Tom, listen to me. 2-time DSR of the Year, Kevin Campbell will be 3rd on my big board. The Rhinestone Cowboy works his tail off 5 days a week. That's Sunday through Thursday, not Monday through Friday.
Style, okay? They're not so much worried about winning.
I can't win on TV the same time as this guy. Now, Kevin, he works an overnight route. That's Tuesday and Wednesday. So every Tuesday night in Goodland, Kansas. Spends a ton of time down there. Sees about 23 schools in Goodland. Only about 4,000 people down there. They're really important about education down there. Kevin does a really nice job selling everything, and Kevin's a dark horse for the number 1 pick, depending on who has it.
But Senior Snuggle Pants.
Kevin needs a lot of things. Kevin needs he needs 23 buyers working for him at all times. He needs he needs both his district sales manager and the vice president of sales making deliveries for him. 6 days a week. So that's helpful for Kevin. If he can get that, get both his coaches to do all those things for him, then Kevin can be a very good pick this year.
Senior Snuggle Pants, listen to me. Swear to God, I'm going to go over there and I'm going to break you in half! In the 4th pick of the March Madness draft goes to the Circle B Bombers. Now these guys...
Reigning 2014 DSR of the Year from the Thompson Company, downtown Sheila Brown has unlimited range. She's got some big schools. The superintendent at Orr Public Schools is her best friend, which is very helpful because he likes to buy a lot of cut fruit and steaks.
That's a Circle B right there, which is for
St. Paul Schools is doing cut pineapple for 23 days in a row this spring, so that'll be very helpful for her sales. I have Sheila at number 4 on my big board.
B2 Bombers. But anyway, enough about that. But the Bombers got the 4th pick overall in the draft, and head coach Ray Apsher knows what he's doing.
I don't know what I do.
He understands.
Ray Apsher brought me on. What would this company look like without
He needs
Ray?
a heavy woman-laden team to be successful in this tournament. And so that's why his #1 pick, all right, is going to be Sheila Downtown Brown. Okay? Downtown Sheila Brown.
Camera's here. Camera. Jacob, camera. Jacob, not there. Here. Number 5 on my big board is the Duke Bob Earl. Out of Grand Island, wife Marcy, daughter Katie, son Alex. Over there living on Regal Drive, working his tail off. Got a great mustache. Not as great as this one, but it's very nice and dark. Has a little bit of premature baldness.
When you look yourself in the mirror, do you have a sense of inferiority when you look at your mustache compared to, say, somebody's like mine? Look at it. Look at it in all of its glory and all of its splendor. Good. Look at it. This is what an expert
The
looks
Duke
like
Bob
right
Earl.
here.
He works very, very hard. Customers love him. Spends a lot of time on the road. Tends to transmit at 6:30 every night, which is a little bit late according to Chad, but still gets a nice job done. He is a dark horse pick for the #1.
I'd also like to say that, and very important to germane, if you will. That means related to, perhaps, Johnny, I don't know if you know that. Related, germane, spelled German. Anyway, germane to the topic at hand is, make sure you buy my new book. It's called Tommy and Me. Stories.
He's more
all
concerned about his
things
afro.
Tommy T-Bone related.
All he cares about is his books himself.
And
doesn't care about
the great
March
times
Madness.
that I have.
Doesn't care about TOBA.
Just in general. And a lot of people wrote in personal stories about how much fun they had when they saw me or were with me. And that's why it's called Tommy and Me, if you know what I mean. And it's hitting bookstores
big
now.
board,
It's rated number
Mock Draft are not the same thing.
7,436
Yes,
on
I will have best
Amazon.com.
players available,
And make sure you
which is
check
the
it
big
out.
board. Doesn't mean they always fit on the right team. Bob Wall, first pick, Encore Cougars. You know, I believe, even though I have Terry the Tiger David as my #1 overall, I don't know that he necessarily goes #1 to Bob. You know, maybe Bob goes with the Duke, Bob Earl. You know, they share the same first name, they share the same haircut. You know, maybe that'd be a really nice pick for him.
Does this guy even
At
know
number
what he's
2,
talking about?
Tony Walden, the GI Bill, assistant coach Ron Orr. You know, may take a look at the Rhinestone Cowboy Kevin Campbell at the #2 pick. He's a #3 overall on my big board. Doesn't mean that he can't make a huge difference.
I despise
the
everything
GI
you
Bills.
stand
Once
for,
again,
Jaccard.
they're very familiar with Kevin. You know, he's done a nice job for them in the past. Could he have done better? You know, look at his record. You answer it. You tell me. Jacob, what do you think? Tommy, what are you cleaning? Tommy, what are you doing? I'm going to go over a couple of my sleepers here. My first sleeper will be Scott Buck. Scott's out of Hastings, part of the Thompson West team, managed by Phil Rimpley, which isn't always a great thing. Scott happens to be engaged to the manager at Allen's Deli, which turns out to be a really nice deal for him. She's had cut fruit on the buffet for 12 straight months now. Seems to be a pretty good deal. You know, Scott is a dark horse candidate because he can sell a lot of garden variety. You know, he can sell some Bronger, maybe a little bit of Answer.
Listening to you is like listening to my mom tell me that I need to wear underwear when I'm going to school.
Scott's a sleeper for me.
Grade. All right, it's
My next sleeper
annoying.
would be Wayne Bortner. First-time March Madness competitor, took over for Bruce Short, who's out of North Platte. Wayne's out of McCook. You know, spends a little more time in the southwest corner of the state. You know, doing a very nice job. He's a real go-getter. You know, looks like he's 23, but he's actually 36. And he's got 12 kids, so he's doing a really nice job out there in McCook, taking care of you. Feed a lot of mouths. So he's selling a lot of groceries, trying to put food on the table for all those mouths. Number 23 on my big board, my number 3 sleeper is Terry DJ Khaled Herbert. I nicknamed him that because of his ability to win every competition he's in. At the beginning of the song, All I Do Is Win, DJ Khaled says, DJ Khaled, we the best!
DJ Khaled.
I feel like the same thing applies to Terry. Is he the best?
Rep a little bit of throwing it down, old school. I'll tell you right now, winners.
I'm going with the Encore Cougars. I think Bob makes it back this year, takes a little pride in his team. You know, been embarrassed the last 2 years. Took a
kick
victory
out of
the first
Johnnie
year,
Jaccard, ladies and
coached,
gentlemen. That guy,
and brought
man,
that same team
he's
back,
awesome.
Got embarrassed.
Woo!
Now
So
this
glad
year,
we brought this
new
guy
team.
in.
He's got a nice #1 draft pick.
Unbelievable. You are a disrespectful and very unpleasant human
Gets to choose
being.
the whole board, right? Gets his pick.
Everything was fine before you got
I think
it.
Bob is going to make a difference this year. You know, going to push his guys. and he can
It's
push
all
in the right
about girl
direction
power.
and get a
Virginia
victory.
Slims, you've come a long way, baby. I'm saying the Circle B Bombers winning this tournament outright with an all-girl or slightly feminine squad in March Madness 11. Take that to the bank. Why do you gotta hate women, Johnnie? Hey Johnnie, let me ask you a question. Why do you hate women so much? Huh? He's perfectly capable of drafting an all-woman team. There's nothing wrong with that. Why do you gotta hate women? That's sexism. Sexism. I prefer to be sexy. He prefers to be sexist. Sexist? Sexy. Sexist. Sex-y. Sexism. Sex-ism.
You know, I'm out of here.